Welcome back to another episode of Being Sexy and Playing Video Games. Today we are beginning to play Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I think this came out on Steam 7 years ago, I want to say, like 2017, 2018. And then the Plus game came out in 2022. Mayhaps. I don't think it's that new. Or that recent. Whoa. But it's about all I know. So let's get freaking started. Ooh. Our bangs are way better than mine. Okay. It's like a dating sim. It's basically like Class of '09? Question mark? This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Nothing. I'm not hearing anything. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? No. Wait. No. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you view that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. What could go wrong? This looks totally okay and normal. Okay, we're entering my name. I don't want to put my real name. I put Weenie. I guess I'm gonna have to be reading. What the heck? Class of '09 was so good because I did not have to read anything. And it was like forever long. Okay. Hey! I don't know who's saying it. I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Totally. The girl is Sayori. Sayori. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I'm not doing that. I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Weenie. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Ugh, I can't. I already know there's 4 girls. I can't make voices for all of them. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm not laughing. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Weenie, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. So Yuri likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or even or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important, you know? Dude, I'm gonna start tripping up already. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. NEET? I need to look that up. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I feel so weird. I know we're supposed to be a boy, but I can't. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. The school day. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I keep saying it like sorority. Sayori. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? She must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. She is vice president of the literature club. Ooh. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I could have told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if she is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Let's go. I literally cannot get into reading this. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so sad because I bet there's people that play it so much better because they're able to get into all the voices. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Baddie after baddie after baddie. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, weenie, what a nice surprise. What? She knows me? Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh my god, right, this is supposed to also be like a dating sim, so I'm supposed to be into one of them. Who am I to choose? Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? The fuck is Monica? That's right. It's great to see you again, weenie. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little badoing. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Weenie. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Dude, my voice is just too monotone for this. I'm so... It's kinda cringe. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As you already mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Why would they do that if there's only one of me? Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table with tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I guess she's waiting for us to judge her. See, like, oh, you think? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Have I heard that before? No, I don't think so. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Yeah, I'm gonna burp. Burp. It was like just air. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Actually, I don't like tea at all. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a passion for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. This girl is not moving no fucking eyebrow. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged there by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. I read in like a certain tone I don't like. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. I kind of talk like this. I talk like I do this. It must be really hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. This fucking girl, she's staring right at me! Oh my god, I'm covering them. I didn't even realize that was happening. I'm so sorry. We're moving down here. That way we can still see them. I think that works. It's a little bit off. But it's way better than covering her face. Natsuki, right? Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. So, Winnie, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Oh my god, we are! Okay, it's a dating sim. We are one of them. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Does she also like manga? Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I kind of like her. I mean, she's the one we've talked to the most, other than Sayori, and even then, like, barely talked to her. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her feelings. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes started over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Serious Sidles? Up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not doing that. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest forms of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That's what she looks like right now. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everybody's poems. We all stood in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us It will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Weenie? Yeah? I guess I just skip through that long. It's not very much choice-based. I just talk. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club, so you already may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Weenie, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy. Siri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Weenie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Weenie, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sierra and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Hey. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole day, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Ooh, I gotta choose one. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh yeah. So I guess it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. So clearly, I like Yuri the most. So I'm gonna say like, she's kind of like quiet and reserved. So I'm gonna say, but Fluffy might be too cute. What if I say tears? No, she liked it. No. What if I say fear? No, she liked it. Okay, what if I say ring cloud? Why does she like it? I don't want her to like it. Can I go back? What if I say secretive? Yes, she liked that. Okay. What if okay, I'll say like depressed stuff. No, she liked it. Wait, death? No, why does she like it? Oh my god. Suicide? She liked that. Empty. What if I put it intellectual? She liked that. Okay. Adventure? Oh, no. Unrestrained? Yes. Anxiety? Oh, I feel like she's gonna dance. Oh, no. Calm. No. Graveyard. Contamination. All the worst things. Okay. Dark? Oh, massacre. Inferno? Doki Doki. She danced. Frightening. Disarray. Yay! I think I did most of hers. She jumped around the most, I think. I hope she likes it a lot. Hi again, Weenie. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Ho 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 ho. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least could keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Weenie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. So you already told me I didn't. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki tossed back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Winnie always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? It might be a... Oh! I might be a little jealous. Ooh. How come? You and Winnie can become good friends too. Sayori... As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Ooh, do I get a choice? Oh, I don't. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal about it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't actually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Oh, yeah. I meant sorry. Yeah. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in her desk. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Oops. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, she just snitched on herself. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Uh-oh. Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov? There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ha 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 ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Weenie? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. This game is leggy. I'm locked in on reading. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. What kind of problem? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well start reading. Uh, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. Ha ha ha, what do you say? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Right next to her. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. Guys, I'm sorry, I gotta pause the game. I'm back. It's just something I'm not very used to. Oh! Oh! Hold on. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Ha ha ha! Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Oh, the desks. I was like, why are you talking about third person? Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Whoa. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with the right. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It actually is kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. I'm kind of scared. Are you ready? Ah, to turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Interesting. Wow, we're just like, I'm a dog. I glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Did I say that out loud? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Okay, we kinda suck. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. I'm so scared. I keep. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Whoa, it's kind of mean. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Weenie, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh, wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant to that it's kinda cute. Ah, ah, ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels spared from finishing her thought. Oh my god, the TV started playing and that scared me. Okay, so Monica interrupted us. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Ugh. We're heavily flirting. I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't. I'm gonna assume the little dash is gonna be like her sing-songy, so it's gonna be like, I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I think this is a good stopping point. Nothing scary so far. I just scared myself a lot with the TV, and I thought I saw stuff out of the corner of my eye. But this game, not so scary. I know it's gonna get scarier though, so I'll hold my tongue. But it's not scary. So far. Yeah, that's it for this episode. I'll see y'all in the next one. I think I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna show Yuri my poem. I mean, she was the one we were trying to impress with the little chibi figures jumping up and down, so I'm gonna show it to her first, because that's who we were trying to impress. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!